Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's session on building stronger teams. Our focus will be on effective delegation and empowerment, key skills to enhance team performance. In the next few minutes, we'll explore practical strategies to delegate effectively, motivate your team, and foster a collaborative environment. Let's get started. Delegation transforms leaders from individual doers into powerful multipliers of team capability and organizational impact. When we delegate effectively, we create what I like to call the multiplier effect, where our efforts extend far beyond what we could achieve alone. Now, on the flip side, trying to do everything yourself, shouldering all the workload, can lead to what we call the doing-it-all trap. This approach often results in burnout, stalls innovation, and can fragment your strategic focus, making it harder to lead effectively. But here's the good news. Leaders who delegate well see dramatically stronger business outcomes. For example, research from Gallup in 2026 shows that effective delegation can lead to about 33% greater profitability. That's a significant difference. And not just profitability. Companies that embrace delegation experience 112% higher growth. So, why does delegation matter? Because it turns bottlenecks into breakthroughs. It allows us to focus on what truly drives value, empowering our teams and unlocking new levels of success. Empowerment isn't just a nice-to-have. It's actually a key part of a successful performance strategy. The data shows us clearly that teams who feel empowered don't just have a better mood. They actually outperform their disempowered counterparts by more than 3 times on engagement metrics. That's a huge difference. Now, when leaders fail to delegate properly, the impact is measurable and significant. Micromanagement, for example, can erode trust within the team, frustrate high performers, and even suppress the initiative that organizations desperately need for growth. If we look at engagement levels, truly empowered teams have an engagement percentile of 79%. That's remarkably high. In contrast, teams with little autonomy, those who aren't empowered, only score about 24%. That's a stark difference. And there's a real cost to this. According to Gallup in 2023, the annual cost per employee due to poor delegation is around $3,000. So, not only does disempowerment hurt morale and performance, but it also hits the bottom line. Ultimately, this slide highlights a crucial point. The hidden costs of not delegating and not empowering your team are significant, financially and in terms of performance. When we invest in empowering our teams, we're setting the stage for better engagement and better results across the board. Now, let's talk about a crucial shift that can truly unlock growth for both individuals and organizations. This is the move from being a task giver to becoming an outcome owner. When you embrace this shift, you start defining the desired results instead of just dictating the method to get there. This approach builds self-sufficiency and confidence, empowering people to take ownership of their work. It also develops accountability and leadership, because when someone owns the outcome, they're more committed and invested. Plus, it feeds the future leadership pipeline by nurturing those who can operate independently and drive results. So, what does owning the outcome look like? It's about telling someone, own the reporting process and deliver outcomes. This is different from simply assigning a task. Ownership creates a sense of responsibility and autonomy. Contrast this with ownership assignment, which just tells someone what to do. That creates dependency on the manager and limits growth and initiative. It can feel more like administrative work, like saying, "Finish this report by Friday," without encouraging independent problem solving. Now, delegation versus ownership is a critical difference. Delegation might involve passing on a task, but ownership is about empowering someone to truly take charge of an outcome. When you shift from task assignment to encouraging ownership, you're fostering a culture of growth, initiative, and leadership. Effective delegation is really a disciplined practice, not just a one-time handoff of tasks. Each step we take in this process helps to build trust and develop the capabilities of our team members. When we do it right, we're moving our teams steadily toward greater autonomy and higher performance. So let's look at the 5 key steps of effective delegation. First, we need to identify the right tasks to delegate. Not everything should be handed off, so we choose tasks that can help our team grow and that align with their strengths. Next, it's crucial to match the task with the team member's strengths. Knowing who is best suited for each task makes a big difference in success and motivation. Then, we need to clarify the outcomes. Clearly define what success looks like so everyone is on the same page about expectations. After that, we give the necessary resources and support. This could be information, tools, or guidance, whatever they need to do the job well. Finally, follow-up is essential. Check in periodically, provide feedback, and support as needed. This ongoing engagement ensures accountability and helps reinforce trust. Remember, these 5 steps aren't just a checklist. They're a continuous cycle that helps develop your team's skills and confidence, leading to better results and a more empowered team overall. Invite team members into decisions toward shared goals. When people have a voice, creativity and ownership truly flourish. Collaborative decision-making is about bringing everyone together, making sure each person's perspective counts. By aligning tasks with individual talents, we not only boost engagement, but also reduce friction and unlock natural motivation. This approach helps create a strengths-based culture where employees feel empowered and capable. When employees are empowered, they consistently go above and beyond expectations and put in that extra discretionary effort. In fact, research from Zenger Folkman shows that empowered employees are 67% more likely to exceed expectations. Ultimately, empowerment fuels not just engagement, but also innovation, helping us move toward our shared goals more effectively. Trust is not just given freely. It's something we build intentionally, one delegated task at a time. It's important to start small, delegate low-risk tasks first to create a foundation of confidence. Reflect honestly on your fears versus the real benefits of delegation. Often, our hesitations come from a place of worry, but when we look at the actual advantages, it becomes clearer how valuable delegation can be. Recognize that letting go of control is actually a key leadership move. It shows trust and empowers your team. Now, when we think about the path forward, it's natural to have some fears. Many leaders worry about losing control or losing visibility into what's happening. Some doubt whether their team has the skills or readiness to handle new responsibilities. And then there's perfectionism, thinking, it's faster if I just do it myself. These are common barriers, but they can be overcome. Overcoming these delegation barriers involves confronting those fears head-on. It's about understanding that control doesn't mean doing everything yourself, but rather trusting your team to do their part. Building this trust deliberately, step by step, helps us grow as leaders and develop stronger, more capable teams. So in this slide, we see how the leader was able to reclaim time by shifting their focus towards strategic priorities. When leaders delegate effectively and break down big projects into ownership-sized pieces, it creates space for accelerated ideas and boosts innovation. This, in turn, significantly enhances team productivity, here by a notable 33%. This case shows a founder-led tech startup that was initially stalling because the leader was caught up in every decision, acting as a bottleneck. But once they embraced empowered delegation, the results were dramatic. The turnaround highlights how strategic focus and empowering teams can transform a struggling company into a high-impact, innovative organization. It really ties back to the overall message that leadership agility and clear delegation are essential for growth and success. Let's talk about delegation and its true power. Delegation doesn't reduce a leader's impact. In fact, it multiplies it across the entire team. When ownership is distributed, workflows become unblocked, allowing the team to move faster and more efficiently. This way, the impact scales far beyond what any one person could achieve alone. Now imagine the opposite scenario, where one leader tries to absorb every task. Decisions get stalled because they're waiting on that individual, and the team's growth hits a ceiling because of one person's bandwidth. That's what we call the bottleneck. So visualizing this transformation is key. When we delegate effectively, we shift from being the bottleneck to becoming a multiplier, empowering the team, unlocking flow, and amplifying results. This is a crucial part of the overall leadership journey we're exploring, showing how delegation is not just about freeing up time, but about exponentially increasing our collective impact. Delegation is truly one of the most powerful tools you already have for developing leadership skills. It's about trusting your team and giving them the opportunity to grow. So, my encouragement is to really make use of delegation. Don't hold back. Developing future leaders starts with empowering your team to take ownership of their results. When you delegate, resist the urge to micromanage or take control back. Instead, give them the space to own their tasks and outcomes. Granting real autonomy is essential. That means clearly defining what success looks like, outcomes, not just the specific activities. When you do this, you're building trust through transparency and shared expectations, which makes your team more engaged and responsible. And it all begins with communication. Be clear in your expectations and your purpose. When your team understands the why behind what they're doing, they can perform with confidence and clarity. So start today. Take a moment to identify what tasks are on your plate that actually belong to someone else. This is your first step in creating a delegation roadmap, one that allows you to lead, empower, and multiply your impact through others.